Hi lovelies, I'm Ariel and this is Maven Unmasked and welcome to your Lightworker Evolution reading for June of 2018. We are halfway through the year, baby. I hope May was wonderful for all of you. I'm actually recording this video on the full moon in Sagittarius. That's why I've got on my moon shirt here. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams. So I wanted to celebrate that today and making this video and, you know, bring in that energy of the full moon in Sagittarius for our reading today. So the deck that I will be using today, I will be using the Hip Chick Tarot by Maria Strom. And these are the cards, you guys. They're really, really cute. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So I just invite all of you to call in your spirit team as we take a nice deep cleansing breath. Settle into the moment. We call in our angels, our guides, our ancestors, our loved ones in spirit to be here with us, to bring us a message for our best and highest good in regards to June of 2018. We call on the Ascended Masters, divine light beings, any positive, beneficial, and supportive energies and spirits that want to work with us this month as we head into summer if you are in the northern hemisphere, or winter if you guys are in the southern hemisphere or Australia. Some of my Australian viewers, hello to you. I hope you have a fabulous winter. Okay, so what were we working on last month? Where are we right now? What are we evolving towards this month? What new spiritual discoveries will be made? Our spiritual challenges, messages and advice from our angels and guides, and what does our higher self need from us this month? If you would like to purchase a full moon reading with me, I do offer those in the Maven Unmasked Etsy shop. I will leave a link to that below. They're available for a few days out of every month to see how the full moon energy will be affecting you in a few different areas. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so what were we working on last month? Where are we right now? What are we evolving towards this month? What new spiritual discoveries will be made? Ooh. Spiritual challenges, you guys. Like, spiritual challenges, messages and advice from our angels and guides. Yes. And what does our higher self need from us this month? Wow. You guys, oh my God. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Okay, so this is a doozy. Alrighty, so last month, what were we working on? We have the Five of Feel, so the Five of Cups. We were working through some grief, through some anger, I feel like, through just a big release of emotion, old stuff from the past coming up that needed to be healed and dealt with, things that we didn't even know were there, things from our subconscious, really getting back in touch with our heart and connecting with the energy of loss, whether it be the loss of a pet, of a loved one, of a family member, of a relationship, of a job, of a chapter in your life. There's a sense of grieving, a sense of loss, a sense of mourning there, a sense of longing for what once was, and coming to terms with that and healing our grief. Again, getting back in touch with our heart, and learning to recognize that although we may have lost the car, we may have lost the job, we may have lost the relationship, we may have lost the house, we still have love in our heart. We still have people who love us. We still have a bed to sleep in. We still, you know, there's still things to be grateful for. We still had the opportunity, the lessons from this relationship. We still had the opportunity to feel the love, that kind of deep love from the person, you know, the family member who passed, whatever it is. So, you know, I feel the need to say it's okay to mourn what once was, but just don't get caught up in it. Okay, the sun is still there behind you, but are you choosing to stay in the clouds and in the rain and in the depression? And I feel the need to say this. And this was a big lesson for me a few years ago. I love all kinds of music. But I really used to listen to a lot of depressing music when I was going through things. And I found that sometimes it's good for a little while to help you release and purge and get it out. But you can stay in that place and in that energy too long if you keep listening to that type of music or those type of songs over and over and over again. Instead of trying to heal and moving you forward, you've allowed that to kind of keep you sucked in the viscous void of depression or guilt or anxiety, sadness, anger, fear, whatever it is. So if you're using music for healing, don't get caught up in the cycle of only listening to like depressing songs, because it will keep your energy down. Okay, so the next card, where are we right now? We have the Wheel. Okay, we have the Wheel. And cycles. Things are changing, things are shifting, things are happening, moving. Again, we're coming into the season of summer, the wheel of the year in the northern hemisphere in the month of June. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, the wheel will be turning for you. You'll be coming into the winter season. So seasons are changing, cycles are changing, old things are wrapping up. With this full moon in Sagittarius today, as I'm recording this video, some things are coming to completion. They've made their circle. The full moon is about endings. It's about acknowledging things. It's about completions, completion of cycles, things coming full circle. What has come full circle for you? What needs to be ended? What needs to come to completion? What do you need to acknowledge within yourself that this chapter is over, to stop holding on to this? The tide is changing, okay? But do you welcome it with open arms, or are you afraid of the unknown, the new chapter, the next step? It feels like for some of you, maybe your luck may be changing. If you've been experiencing what you would want to call bad luck or misfortune, or haven't been having the opportunities, haven't had the energy, the time, the creative drive, the passion, whatever, that may be shifting for you. Really try and shift it if possible with the energy of this full moon in Sagittarius, because its energy is so expansive and magnetized wide. It's just, it's really, really big. Okay, so our next card is, what are we evolving towards this month? And this is kind of, these next cards, I was like, so what are we evolving towards this month? We have the Nine of Think. So I think that that's part of, for some of us, part of the grieving process, moving out of the sadness and kind of into anxiety or guilt or over worrying, overthinking. I feel like this is a warning for us to let go of any negative thought patterns, to correct ourselves in the moment, to let go of the things that keep us up at night. To not let whatever's come to completion or those endings keep you up at night and distraught. What needs to be acknowledged about this so it will no longer keep you up at night and worried and anxious and fearful and stressed out. I really feel like that this is a warning to not be in our own heads too much, to not overthink things, or overthinking so much that no action is taking, to let go. I really feel like this is, it feels like guilt for some of us. It feels like guilt. It feels like, did I not do enough? Was I not there enough? Could I have done more? Could I have been more of a support? What if I had gone with them to wherever? What if I said no? What if I said yes when I should have said, anything. I really feel like we're trying to let all of that go and work through that, and to know that, there's support there, even though she's up in the middle of the night worried. She's got her little feline friend here, her supportive little kitty cat, to give her some comfort. So I really feel there needs to be a change and a shift in perspective. And I love that this is the next card, although it's normally like, I actually feel like it's a really good thing here. And as I'm talking, I'm like, the palms of my hands are tingling. So it feels really like healing opportunity this month of June. So what new spiritual discoveries will be made? We have the Tower, y'all. That's why I was like, ooh, Five of Feel, okay, the Wheel, all right, Nine of Think, ooh, anxiety, oh no, the Tower, like, oh. But I really enjoy this Tower card. And the reason I say that is traditionally in tarot, the Tower card is, you know, this whole tower, it's crumbling and people are falling out and hitting the ground and, you know, all of that death and destruction. And, you know, that's kind of what the card looks like. Big, sudden, shocking, transformative change, something you have no control over. It's in the universe's hands. But I love that the depiction on this particular portrayal of the tower is that she's not falling out when the lightning strikes the tower. She's actually accelerating. She's actually ascending. She's actually succeeding. She has taken that challenge and used it as fuel and used it as leverage to boost herself even higher. So whatever challenge that comes through, whatever the spiritual discovery is that's just going to shake you up and wake you up, use it as a launching pad. Use it as fuel to get you out of this nine of think, okay, out of this 5 of feel and this 9 of think, and, you know, burst forth and into the 9 of earth, which is our spiritual challenge for this month. And it's about contentment. I really feel like this is about acceptance of a loss of some sort for some of us. Again, it's not necessarily physical death, although that may be it for some of you. But it feels more like, again, the wheel, the completion, the cycle, the endings. And it's almost like if you don't end this situation or end this cycle yourself, if you don't say time's up, I'm done with it, you know, I'm tired of going round and round, that, you know, you're just going to keep feeling anxious and crappy and worried, and then the universe will be like, hey, enough is enough, we're got to do something. And it's almost like, do you want to do it yourself or do you want the universe to do it for you? Because sometimes if the universe does it for you, it's not always in the way that we want it. But regardless, use it as a launching pad. Use it as fuel. Our spiritual challenge this month is being accepting and being content with what we have and our hard work and what has matured us. Okay, know that it's never too late to graduate to the next chapter of your life, to move on to the next stage. You can still be, you know, she's an older woman, she's got some gray hair, so you can still be, you know, in your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. You know, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You really can. But about being content with what you have, what you've grown, what you've accomplished in your life, and graduating to moving on to the next chapter, to the next phase. Okay, what have you harvested from this? Like almost like what's in your repertoire? What I don't want to say trophies you have on your shelf, but I'm sorry, I've lost the word for it. But almost like what acknowledgement do you have on your shoulder? What stripes have you earned in all of this, and being content and being accepting of the situation for what it is, okay, and the lessons it has to teach you. Okay, messages and advice from our angels and guides, and I love this. We have the sun. Okay, we have the sun here. I love this card. I'm like, it's me, like, even though I'm definitely a moon child, but our angels and our guides, our ancestors, our ascended masters, all our positive, supporting light beings and loving spirits, they want us to focus on joy. They want us to focus on happiness. They want us to focus on the light. They want us to not be looking at the clouds and the rain. The sun is right here, and it's like, hey, once you pay attention to the sun and to the light, look at the difference in your energy. Look at the difference in how you're feeling. Look at the difference in the vibration you put out. When you embrace the sun, it gets even bigger and brighter for you. It magnifies things. It magnifies growth and nurturing and intentions. Okay? It feels like to live in the joy, to live in the happiness, to live in the love, to live in the light. It also feels like spending as much time outside as possible and not allowing the 5 of feel and the 9 of think, okay, and potentially whatever may be this tower moment here. And it's so funny, before this reading I was like, please, I hope we don't get the tower card this month, and Spirit was like, ha ha ha. But not allowing that to keep you in the dark, not allowing that to keep you locked up in your room, not, you know, in the shadows of who you were, who you once were, or allowing the darkness to overshadow your light and your joy. Okay, so really spend some time outside, get some vitamin D, spend some time in the sun, in the light, kind of get out of the darkness or just darker energy. Okay, positive music, dancing, anything that brings that vitality, that energy of the sun. Okay, and then our last card is, what does our higher self need from us this month? And we have the Queen of Thank. Okay, and I love this Queen of Thank, you guys, because it totally just makes me think of like like, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you doing the work? Are you putting in the time and the effort? Are you using your head? Are you using your brain? Are you using your logic? How is your thinking affecting you? Thank you. I'm also hearing, how is your ego affecting you? Because your ego can keep you in a victim mentality sometimes. It can. This is all I'm good for. This is all I'm worth. Or when I am in a negative space or depressed or sad, I get more attention from people. I need that energy. Use the energy of the sun. Don't use energy from others to do that. You don't need validation from others. Give yourself the validation. But it's like the Queen of Think is like, use your head. Like, come on, like, snap out of it, snap out of it, snap out of it. That's what I'm hearing. Snap out of it. Come up with a new idea, a new way of doing something. Put that crown on your head and wear it proudly. You know, put on your thinking cap, put on your crown and rule with authority. Rule with foresight and intelligence. You know, be queen. Be queen or king for you guys out there. Be king or queen for a day. Or with whatever this situation is, not being rude or nasty or mean to people, but handling things in a regal way and the way that royalty would, handling your business, handling your problems, not allowing little petty stuff to kind of get you down. Thinking your way out of it, knowing that your thoughts create your reality and your thoughts are so vital and so important in the vibrations that you're sending out to the universe. If you keep thinking about the negativity and the darkness and the sadness, and I'm not saying don't do that because that needs to be done. It needs to be acknowledged to heal and move on to the next chapter, move on to the next cycle. But again, don't stay there. You know, use your thinking, your reason to kind of get you out of this situation. I feel like the Queen of Think is really going to help you fuel, you know, the next chapter of your journey by using this launching pad of the Tower. But you have to put in the time and the effort and the thought process to learn how to take your pain and turn it into power. Ooh. Ooh, Spirit, take your pain and turn it into power. I love that. But I'm Ariel, and this has been Maven Unmasked with your Lightworker Evolution reading for June of 2018. If you would like to book a reading with me, please check out my website, www.MavenUnmasked.com, under the Book a Reading tab. I also have an Etsy shop as well. Some readings are exclusive to the Etsy shop, and some are exclusive to my website. So I hope you all take a look at that. If you like this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all under the name Maven Unmasked. But I hope you all have a fabulous June, lovelies, and use your pain and turn it into fuel, turn it into power and passion. Have a great one. Bye.